I'm going into my last year of my contract, 13th year. I want to make this dream that I've always had the best it's ever been. Mm-hmm. And I think I failed last year in a lot of different ways for my guys on the field, in terms of being a leader and just being.
It all started with the end of a season, one that, at first glance, looked like any other for Travis Kelce. The Kansas City Chiefs had just clinched another Super Bowl victory, and the city was still buzzing from the parade, the confetti, the roar of fans echoing through the streets. But as Travis would later tell friends and reporters alike, the real plot twist didn't come on the field. It came when Taylor Swift, the world's biggest pop star, decided this was the one season she wouldn't be touring. For the first time in years, she had space in her schedule, and that meant she'd be at plenty of Chiefs games. That was the spark, the moment two worlds collided and set off a chain reaction that neither of them saw coming. For Travis, who was already used to the glare of the NFL spotlight, it was like stepping onto a new stage, one where every move mattered in ways he'd never imagined. Suddenly, as he recounted with a shake of his head, downtime on the golf course was interrupted by the flash of a camera lens peeking through the trees. "That's when it really hit me," he said. "Privacy just disappears. You start to realize there's always someone watching, even when you least expect it." What surprised him most was how even the smallest details became news. He laughed about the time he tried to slip away to the bathroom at a public event, only to discover the next morning that it had somehow made it into the tabloids. "You never think that needing a bathroom break will be headline news," he joked. But here we are. Being with Taylor brought a new kind of energy, one that was both overwhelming and exhilarating. She'd done her best to catch as many games as possible last year, even with her own era's tour schedule stretching across continents. Now, with the tour on pause, she could be there for more. And that, Travis said, was the real win. "It's not about the limelight," he insisted. "It's about enjoying each other's company and just having fun." And fun they had. Travis introduced Taylor to the wild world of hockey, taking her to Stanley Cup playoff games, where she was amazed by the energy in the arena, especially when a game went into overtime. "We got swept up in it," he remembered. "We were just two fans, screaming and celebrating like everyone else." Even the most unexpected moments became stories worth telling. At the NFL draft, a woman approached Travis and declared, "I don't like your stuff," before revealing herself as a proud Swiftie. 45-year-old white women who are Swifties don't play around, he laughed. "You have to respect it. They always show up for her, no matter what." Everywhere they went, the stories followed. At a Bud Light event, another Swiftie confronted him, convinced he had trolled the Chiefs. Travis tried to explain they were on the same team, but she wasn't having it. "Swifties stand 10 toes down," he said. "They never back off from supporting Taylor." He'd learned that firsthand, and now he looked at their loyalty with a mixture of awe and amusement. But beneath the bright lights and viral moments, Travis found something quieter and more powerful: inspiration. He'd always respected Taylor's work ethic, but seeing the preparation, passion, and precision she poured into every show on the era's tour was something else entirely. "Watching her work is inspiring," he said. "The dedication she has, the way she pours herself into every performance, it's on another level." It made him rethink his own approach to football, to fame, to the way he carried himself. Of course, the coverage followed them everywhere. Cameras at every game, every dinner, every glance between them dissected on social media and sports radio. Sometimes, Travis admitted, it could be exhausting. But they carved out their own space, finding quiet corners in New York City to grab dinner at places like Teresi, choosing low-key date nights over glitzy nights out. "We remind ourselves we're just two people who like spending time together," he said. "All the other stuff is just background noise." Handling the pressure, Travis explained, meant laughing at the absurdity. When podcast clips leaked and blew up online, fueling rumors and speculation, he learned to shrug it off. That's just part of the territory now. You have to have a sense of humor about it. He remembered the first time his mom, Donna, met Taylor. Her reaction was simple: talent is talent. Donna was genuinely impressed by Taylor's abilities and work ethic, and that meant everything. And then there were the little things. The Grammy Awards, where Taylor wore an outfit with a T-garter as a subtle nod to Travis, lighting up social media with speculation and delight. Their red carpet debut at Tight End University in 2025, a moment that felt like the merging of two worlds: music and football, stardom and sports, all coming together in one unforgettable moment. Travis recounted how they first connected, Taylor having heard his podcast and reaching out, leading to a relationship that grew naturally from there. "She's mind-blowing," he said. "Her ability to stay grounded and focused despite everything is something I admire deeply." Sometimes, Travis admitted, it felt like they were living in a movie, but they found ways to make things feel normal. They went to games, grabbed dinner, wandered the city, focused on each other and the people who mattered most. When friends asked what had changed, he'd say, "Everything and nothing at the same time." He introduced Taylor to his friends, who were starstruck at first, but she quickly put them at ease with her warmth and down-to-earth attitude. They hosted get-togethers, watched sports, and hung out just like anyone else. Even when they tried to blend in, going for a walk, grabbing ice cream, someone always recognized them. But Travis took it all in stride. "We just roll with it and try to appreciate the good moments." Taylor started picking up football lingo, asking about plays and stats, which delighted him. They prioritized traveling together, visiting friends and family, making the most of their time off. It wasn't always easy. There were tough days when rumors spiraled and headlines turned negative. But Travis emphasized that they'd become a team, always having each other's backs. He remembered waking up one morning to dozens of messages after a photo of them went viral. "We just had to laugh. That's life now, and we wouldn't trade it." What stood out to Travis most was what he learned from Taylor, not just about music, but about staying authentic in a world that's always watching. "She keeps her circle tight and really focuses on what matters, no matter how crazy things get," he said. They talked about everything, from big projects to simple things like what to have for dinner. For Travis, those little moments meant everything. Their families got along well. Donna loved Taylor, and Taylor's family was welcoming to Travis. It felt, in many ways, like their own private victory, a blending of two worlds that made each of them stronger. Through it all, Travis found himself appreciating the simple joys: a quiet dinner, a shared laugh, a moment of peace in the middle of the chaos. As the season unfolded, fans watched the story play out in real time, cheering for touchdowns and singing along at concerts, following every twist and turn. But for Travis and Taylor, the real story was something quieter. It was about finding connection, joy, and a little bit of normalcy in an extraordinary life. And as they looked ahead, they knew one thing for sure: the adventure was just beginning.